I want to thank everybody for coming today to the opening of the Orlando Cat Cafe. For those of you who don't know me, my name's Sandra Cagan. This project came to life 20 months ago. While I have heard people use the term labor of love, I never really understood what it meant until I worked on this project. The Orlando Cat Cafe has truly been a labor of love for the last 19 months of the last 20 months. The last month was just labor. It was like hard labor, like prison hard labor. But the first 19 months were super fun. On December 31st, 2014, NBC News Nightly News did a story about a cat cafe that opened in New York, the first of its kind to open in the United States. The next day started the start of 2015, which was a watershed year for me personally, as it represented the 30th anniversary of my 20th birthday. The NBC News story stayed with me for several days as I was looking for a way to give back somehow to my community and do something philanthropic. The first week of January 2015, I sent an email to Lake County Commissioner Sean Parks, and that first line of that email said, "Hi Sean, you're going to think I'm crazy, but I have an idea that I want to run past you." Sean replied to me within an hour saying he didn't think I was crazy at all and he thought it was a great idea. And Commissioner Parks helped me put together my team, and the Orlando Cat Cafe was launched. I am truly blessed to have two of the best partners that I could ever hope for. Sean introduced me to the Animal League in Groveland, and to Doreen Barker, the Executive Director, and Jessica Whitehouse, Director of Development, and they understood the concept immediately, and so two pieces of the puzzle were now complete. We now needed someone to complete our mission with a cafe. I had heard in the course of speaking to many people in Lake County and beyond, I heard the name Axum of Wintergarden from everyone who mentioned them, ended their statement, "But they're never going to talk to you." This happened many, many times, so my natural response was mission accepted. Axum's entire mission statement is philanthropic, and they were happy to expand that giving spirit to the animal community. A project of this size does not happen with the support of many, many people, and although I cannot thank everyone personally, there are a few people that I do want to thank publicly. Commissioner Parks, who unfortunately could not be with us today, he was my earliest champion, and his email response of encouragement was the spark that I needed to move this concept ahead. Jeff Powell from Powell Studio Architects, who did not necessarily get the concept immediately, but then really came along quickly. Jeff, I did not have the privilege of knowing your mother, but I can only imagine she is looking down now and has never been as proud of you as she is at this very moment. Bob Orr from Kalo Services, our contractor on this project. You did, as they say in the Orlando Cat Cafe, an awesome job and delivered on time, which was so great. Alan Fredrickson, who I don't think is here, from Walker & Company, the contractor who built Cagan Crossings in the town center, who not only contributed monetarily, but also helped me with numerous phone calls that all began with, "Remember when you built the town center 10 years ago? Where exactly is the grease line?" Dean Johnson from RCDC Painting, who also could not be here today because he inexplicably decided to take a Mediterranean cruise, was our first donor, both monetarily as well as in kind with help with the project. Tim LaCroix, where's his mom? She's not here. Tim LaCroix, who also could not be here today because he inexplicably took a job at the University of Chicago, but whose mother is here today as she is a volunteer with the League. Tim helped us with the initial fundraising campaign. If you've ever been in a meeting and wondered who the smartest guy in the room was, if Tim was in the meeting, it was him. Regina Garay of Sociocom, social media guru, there she is. I admit it, there might be something to Facebook. It might not be the giant time waster that I thought it was. Sheriff Gary Borders, not here today, who was involved in our team early on, and when we were still toying with the idea of a low-cost spay-neuter clinic, I think the sheriff made the decision to retire while sitting in one of my Orlando Cat Cafe meetings. Julie from Ford Press, who provided me with 100 revisions of the same punch card until version 101 was just what I was looking for. Now anything we print for Cagan Management Group looks dull by comparison. The entire team at Cagan Management Group for their endless support, but most especially our maintenance team. If my iPhone ever runs out of storage, it's going to be from the 5,398 text messages to Bill that all started with, "Need you at Cat Cafe with a screwdriver," and 4 of your guys. Alex Ellerman and Susan Burnell from Axum Coffee. I knew Alex and I would become fast friends when he sent me an email after our first meeting stating that he really liked how organized I was and how I followed an agenda. Shockingly, not everyone appreciates that kind of thing. Suzanne has been on top of every single thing from day one, even though she was really, really pregnant when construction began, and even though she sometimes takes as long as 10 seconds of the other ones in 8 seconds. Doreen Barker and Jessica Whitehouse from the Animal League. Their tagline should be, "No one knows cats like we do." So much fun to work with and so productive. If Jessica was an amusement park ride, she would be the merry-go-round. A gentle ride with horses that go up and down where they play pleasant music. And when you're done to yourself, you say to yourself, "I really got a lot done and I had a good time." Doreen Barker. If Doreen was an amusement park ride, she would be the Anaconda. A part wooden, part steel roller coaster that's held together in places by tin foil that you ride in the dark. You get thrown violently upside down. And when the ride is over, you realize that your safety harness was broken. But you still realize you got a lot done and you had a good time. It's like a tomato-tomato kind of thing. You and your entire staff of volunteers have been nothing short of amazing. Special shout out to Chris, Stephanie, and John, who transformed that kiddie play zone into a true work of art. Told me I had nothing to worry about, and you were right. So you get to say it, right? So you were right. My family, my brother Mark, who came in from Minneapolis to support me here today and did a surprising amount of work over the last couple days, and my sister Lisa, who is an enthusiastic supporter, probably our biggest supporter, and maybe very well be our first adopter. Our entire base of donors to this project, whether you donate your time or money, everything's been appreciated. I'm almost done. Second to last, certainly not least, my husband Jeff, who makes all of this even a possibility. And in closing, I have had a cat or cats practically continuously for the last 37 of my 51 years. Cinnamon and Simca of blessed memory, and Milo and Otis. They have given me nothing but joy over the years. And if the Orlando Cat Cafe helps families find their perfect cat to give them years of enjoyment like I have been fortunate to have, then I feel that I will have made a little bit of a difference in the world for the better. Thank you again for all attending today and sharing this special day. It's truly a dream come true for me, and I welcome you. Let's go adopt some cats. You have a ticket? Go!
Should we do the ribbon cut?
Oh yeah, let's do the ribbon cutting. I don't want to take away from your time.
We'll get more time, don't worry.
We're not going to kick you out.
We're not going to kick you out, don't worry.
Well, you got to stand behind us.
Let me hold the ribbon. You guys got to.
Oh, here we go.
But what two great organizations, Cagan's and South Lake Animal League. Actually, I'm a dog lover, and all the dogs that I have owned over the last 2 decades have come from the South Lake.
That is awesome.
So I can't claim to be a cat lover.
That's dangerous.
And they're very sharp.
Yes.
So once you open up nice and wide.
Not in the
No,
Not in the
no.
plate.
You'll catch your finger there. How about that?
Do it.
Okay,
No, wait.
Nice and wide. Hold it tight. Get it nice and wide. And on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. All right.